HIMYM. Well, it didn't exactly hit the mark. What we got feels like a last-minute, desperate attempt that leaves viewers scratching their heads, wondering what actually happened. Today, we're diving deep. We're going to break down everything that went wrong with this movie and why it fell so far short of expectations. If you watched our previous rundown, you know we were cautiously optimistic. The trailers hinted at something fresh from Jordan Peele's Monkey Paw Productions. It seemed intriguing, a mashup of sports and horror, vibrant cinematography, and the promise of tackling complex, topical themes. Seeing Marlon Wayans take a more serious role after years of comedy only added to the excitement. We hoped the trailers held back the best surprises, just like with Weapons, and the fact that this was a blacklist script had us believing Peele might have stumbled upon something extraordinary. But, well, reality didn't quite match our expectations. The truth? We were way too optimistic. HIMYM ends up being a major disappointment on nearly every front. So the big question is, how did such a promising concept end up missing the mark entirely? Most reviewers agreed the premise of HIMYM had potential. The film follows Cameron Cade, a rising college quarterback who earns the chance to train under Isaiah White, the NFL legend he's idolized since childhood. Everything unfolds at White's isolated compound, and it doesn't take long for Cade to sense that something is very, very wrong. Training here feels more like a form of ritualized punishment. Outside, fanatical admirers linger. Inside, Julia Fox is, well, in whatever that outfit is. Add in sci-fi pods, pentagrams, and an array of bizarre indulgences. What starts as Cade's ultimate dream slowly morphs into a chilling nightmare. The trailer had us, and countless others, desperate to know more. What lies beneath the surface? What horrors would unfold on screen? Unfortunately, the film offers very little. Despite Peele's track record and the promises made by the marketing team, HIMYM isn't really a horror movie. Sure, it shows disturbing imagery, over-the-top violence, and a few jump scares, but it rarely makes anyone cover their eyes in fear or leap out of their seat. It doesn't linger with you after you leave the theater. What we get is more of a psychological thriller, but not the kind that keeps you on the edge of your seat. This isn't Jacob's Ladder. The only thing viewers feel compelled to do is glance at the clock and wonder how much of the movie is left. Watching HIMYM, you might feel a sense of déjà vu. That's because structurally, it's a spiderweb movie, a subgenre where oblivious protagonists are drawn into isolated communities filled with cultists, surrender their phones, and wander around trying to figure out if anything sinister is happening. We've seen this in The Wicker Man, The Menu, Blink Twice, Opus, and of course, Get Out. The genre works only when the filmmakers make the audience feel like one of the oblivious protagonists. In HIMYM, the tension never builds effectively. The story is divided by days, day 1, day 2, day 3, which might suit a character-driven drama like Sideways, but here it drags. Halfway through the week, the suspense is gone, and all we want is the big reveal. Big ideas, poor execution. And when that reveal finally arrives, it disappoints. Nearly every promise from the trailer falls flat. The film aimed to explore themes like race, masculinity, fame, violence, generational trauma, and the sacrifices athletes make to reach the top. But it resolves with a shrug, flat and unsatisfying, like a wide receiver missing an easy catch. As Jake Coyle from the AP notes, while some thrillers have nothing to say, HIMYM has exactly one point, repeated ad nauseum. Sacrificing everything to become the greatest might not be worth it. And honestly, this could have been communicated in a 15-minute short. It reminds us of Antebellum, another film overhyped as a horror thriller with heavy themes, which also fell flat due to poor execution. The good stuff. Not everything here is bad. Marlon Wayans gives a solid performance as Isaiah White. He taps into his dramatic side and holds the film together wherever possible. Tyreek Withers, playing Cameron Cade, does his best too. His fear is genuine, and we can sympathize with his experience in White's compound. But the writing and pacing ultimately fail him. Visually, the film does shine. Cinematographer Kira Kelly delivers stunning shots, which might have turned this into a memorable music video. But as a horror movie, it's all style, little substance. And what about Jordan Peele? While he only produced HIMYM, his name is prominently attached. Critics are harsh, and the box office isn't impressive. Peele's reputation has been stellar so far. Get Out? Us? Nope. But a flop like this is a critical moment. Analysts also noted that Peele's follow-up to Nope was recently pulled from the 2026 release calendar, signaling potential hesitation or uncertainty in his next project. Confidence is key in filmmaking, and a misfire like HIMYM can shake even the best director-producers. Weird for weirdness' sake. So what do we make of HIMYM? It's ambitious, yes, but uneven and often confusing. The story is riddled with unexplained elements. The recurring mascot, Julia Fox's stressed-out scenes, mysterious injections into Cade, and omitted shots that were in the trailer. Most filmmakers, with a few exceptions like David Lynch, struggle to balance dreamlike visuals with substance. HIMYM is a glaring example of that struggle. Despite all the effort, it ultimately doesn't succeed. In short, HIMYM had promise, ambition, and flashes of brilliance, but it falls short in execution. The performances, visuals, and concept had potential, but the movie never fully comes together. For now, it's an oddball misfire. Interesting, yes, but not quite worth the hype.